Randy Richard in the shop, well, right outside the shop. And this is a cement mixer. It looks a little beat, and it is. It's old. My father picked this up in the early 60s, and it was used then. I've had it for a long time, and it's been used a lot. It needs a little work. I haven't used it in a long time. I just got it back from my brother-in-law. He had it for about 20 years. I want to get it running again. It has an electric motor that I've removed already. Hums, so we need to look at that. Anyway, let's walk around and take a look at it and get an idea of maybe what we need to do about it. Well, this is the operator end of it up here. This is a handbrake, and that really doesn't grab too good. We'd probably have to take this apart and get that working. It spins nice and freely. I've chipped off all the old grease off everything that was just oozing everywhere. It was rock hard. This seems to have a little play up in here, but not too bad. I think we could probably do a little work on this, the brake part, and get that to grab. Like I said, it spins fine. This thing's pretty heavy. This is a casting with an internal gear and an pinion in here. A big casting. This arm is a casting. This bottom part of the drum is a casting. So that seems to be good. It's really, bad. The paint's all coming off and got rust and stuff. I need a needle scaler is what I need. Maybe a trip to Harbor Freight for something, and to really get this cleaned up better. Here on the drum, there's been some welding, probably some cracks. You can see some cracks on the inside. And actually, this rod is so shiny here. I wonder if somebody used stainless or something on it. But that's going to have to get ground down, I think, and re-welded. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Lots of inclusions there. It goes clear up here. Yeah, we're going to have to grind that probably and see about maybe doing something else with it. This is the back bearing of the yoke for the drum, and these bearings I bet are plain bearings and they just got grease fittings on them. There's another bearing in here for the pinion that goes through to drive the drum. This is the back. This is where the electric motor was mounted. We had a switch up here. I removed all that already. The motor was just humming, so we'll see about that. It says it's a capacitor start motor, 1 horse General Electric motor. It's a big motor. It's nice to have it electric. You can just turn it on and off when you need it real easily. Otherwise, I might even find a gas engine to go in here. But all this turns pretty freely. There's not a problem with all that. And these little bushing bearing blocks here seem to be awful lightweight for this, but it's been working for a long time like this. We'll probably have to take all this out, at least get this cleaned up and working good, and then readjust the end plates about 1/4 of an inch. And it would need new belts, of course, too. But I think I'll probably tear all this out and get this cleaned up a little better. This is the other side, and there's been some repairs on the housing for the drive. The little angle irons are welded in. This hole was originally here. This is probably for the smokestack where the engine used to be. And general deterioration of paint, and still even on this side, of course. And it really needs a new set of tires. They're pretty bad. They hold air, but they're pretty tough shape. And you can see that just by turning it by hand, I can freely turn this. Now down inside the drum here, and there is a cap on the center spindle that we could probably take off. Looks like it's been leaking. There's probably bearings in there, so we could probably take that off and clean that. It just matters how involved I want to get, whether I pull the drum off or not. This is a kind of a two-piece kind of drum. Kind of getting an echo going there. This is a two-piece kind of drum. This outer part's been riveted onto the casting where the gear, the ring gear is. And there's some good cement buildup on these mixing blades inside. I should chip off. And then there's some other buildup of cement that got left that should be kind of chipped off. And what else can we see? We could see up in here where the cracks were. They welded that piece in up and high there. We'll have to see what we can do about that. Maybe clean it and weld it on the inside. Might be a good idea. So we'll take a look at that. This is a 3.5 sack mixer. These are a couple of nameplates that are on here. Now, it was made by the Construction Machinery Company in Waterloo, Iowa, which is pretty cool. It's 3.5 S mixer, so that's standard for 3.5 sacks. And they tell you how it's certified for 3.5 that can mix 3.5 sacks of concrete mix plus water. I think it says on there. So it's actually been certified, the AGC standard. It's been stamped and everything. It looks like a little Mason symbol actually on there. This is going to be a little tough to maybe clean up. I'm going to probably have to take those off and clean those up. Here's the motor. I said it here before. It's a big motor. General Electric tri-clad capacitor motor. 1 horse, 60 hertz, dual voltage, 115, 230 motor. I think they 1720 says on there for RPM. Yeah, about 10 inches diameter. It still has the nameplates on it, the wiring for the wires set up for the dual voltage, and it does turn freely. So that's a plus. We're going to have to take this thing apart though. So there you go, quick overview of the mixer. This is probably going to be a little bit of a long-term project. I'm pretty busy this summer, but I'm going to at least get started on it here and just work on it bits and pieces, maybe into the winter even. Like I said, it's a little bit bigger project, and I have a lot of things to do this summer that I'm trying to get done. So we'll plug away at it, and we'll start off with the motor, and then we'll tear apart that jack shaft in there, get that done, and then we'll start looking at bearing caps and things like that on the drum. So stick around, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks a lot, you guys.